Steve Forrest and Sean Smith here this morning. Beautiful morning in Southwest Florida. We're your golf course architects. We're excited to be here, especially excited to see the work progressing throughout the golf course. We're on the second hole right now, and we'll just talk briefly about what's happening at the moment and how we're going to finish up here in the next several weeks on this hole and move on to many others. So, Sean, I'll let you talk about the tees initially, and we'll move on from there.
Okay, very good. So as we've continued through this process, we're taking the top level of those tees off, and in the process of that, we're expanding out the third tee. We've now built the forward tee. The back two tees on this hole, the 5 tee and the 4 tee, are going to get combined into 1 tee, and I think we'll be able to create a tee complex that fits that environment a little bit better. They'll all be a little bit lower, getting them back to where their original height was. A little better alignment, perhaps on a couple of them. We're going to try to make the axis on and off them a little bit easier as well. As we move further down the hole, as Ken may have alluded to in some of your earlier videos, we've begun rough shaping the right-hand side of the hole, adding some fill in those areas to try to improve some of the drainage. They've installed the drainage and being connected further on down the hole, so we should be able to finish shaping this here pretty soon. As you can see here in front of you, we've now got the fairway bunker in place. It's been roughed in. We've got some small modifications yet to make to it, obviously some finish shaping on it, but as we look further down the hole, you can see the green's been cored out. The floor has been approved as of yesterday. And one of the things that you probably noticed the most on this is that back right portion of the green, which used to be in rough, has now been expanded out. So the green's gotten a little bit bigger in the back right, and it's created a really wonderful back right pin position that's up on a little bit of a shelf. The front green side bunker, a little hard to see today with the sun, has been shaped in, but it should be really attractive when it's all finished out.
Hole number 3 at Colliers Reserve. This is one of my favorites in terms of what we've been able to update and improve on this hole. As you may recall, the cart path crossed the fairway. There was a high at the beginning of the fairway which disrupted the view of some of the right side features, but we were actually able to add a waist bunker along the right side, which is going to help contain shots and make the hole more playable. There won't be as many balls running into the palmetto for sure. You may remember on the left side there was the bunker, or there was the tree over here and the mound. We now have a bunker that is a bit of a target bunker, and it also serves as a strategic bunker for many players. You have to hit a good drive to get this far, and if you're going to hit it that far, then you need to be accurate. Sean, what do you got to say about number 3?
I think we've done a lot in terms of aesthetics on this hole with some of the clearing that we've done on either side of the tees, as well as up the left and right hand side. We've started to open up some sight lines into the preserves, which is really, really attractive. Prior to the renovation, we had a large stand of palmetto right at the edges of the holes. It almost served as a wall. So now we're starting to pluck through that a little bit, open up some view slots into the preserve, and enjoy what we have surrounding us as opposed to the palmetto. As Steve alluded to, the aesthetics from the bunker on the left and the waist area on the right do a really nice job of kind of framing the hole and making it a little bit more playable. Steve, maybe you can talk a little bit about the green complex and what we've done there.
Well, I think everybody loved this green complex, and what do you know, the architects didn't screw it up this time. We left it the way it is, the way it was, and I think you'll recognize it as your old green. It's a little bit larger as we restored it to the original size, but it's going to be the beautiful, just the green complex, no bunkering, and it's got plenty of roll and challenge in the putting surface, and that was Arthur's certainly original vision, and we maintained that. We've titled this master plan effort a restoration of excellence here at Colliers Reserve, and the 4th hole is certainly an example of that. This hole originally had one long bunker along the right side of the green that really extended almost to the far right side of the green. Later, it became 2 bunkers, and a bunker was added in back. And frankly, the 3 bunkers didn't look like they were on the same style or character. So we wanted to return to the original long bunker on the right. It's shortened up a little bit. We've added a bit more of a kicker slope on the right-hand side, so the shots that are coming in left or right will bounce and bound and go right on onto the green. It should be a lot of fun. Behind the green, where the middle bunker was placed, we've removed that, and now there's an extended collar area back there as well. So there's a lot of short turf around this green, but it doesn't mean that you're going to have easy recovery shots from various angles. Sean, what do you got to say?
One of the nice things that I really like about this hole in Arthur's original design is it's set up as a reverse redan. In architectural terms, that's a green that's set on a bit of an angle with a hazard down one side and then a high on the opposite front corner. And the purpose of that is that you're able to hit the ball into the front corner, into that high, and let the ball feed back behind that bunker. You don't necessarily have to carry the bunker. And this green is a perfect example of a reverse redan, and it's a really fun feature. As Steve alluded to, you can land the ball 10-15 yards short if it's coming in with a little bit of speed. It takes that slope and then feeds all the way to the back right, which is a lot of fun, and allows you to kind of play more of a ground game, and makes the game a little bit more fun, a little bit more interesting. We're here on hole number 5, and as you can see, they're starting to finish shape some of the features on the hole and starting to get ready for grassing. We're really excited about some of the improvements that we've been able to make here on this hole. Specifically here on the right-hand side of us, you'll see the fairway bunker that was added. It adds framing for the tee shot, kind of turns your eye back to the right, but it also helps to kind of contain shots before they run into the pond. As we move a little further up the hole, you'll notice that we've added a couple of basin areas short and left of the green. Previously, the slope for the fairway kind of ran off into the pond, and by adding those 2 inlets, we were able to create some containment there, hold up a few shots before they run into the pond that might otherwise have gotten wet. Steve, can you share with us your thoughts on the green complex?
Certainly. The fairway bunker sets up nicely strategically with the green orientation. The closer you can play to this bunker, the better angle that you're going to have into the longitudinal axis of this green complex. We've improved the relationship along the water by eliminating the kind of brownish deck that was there. You've probably seen it stayed unsightly during low water periods. We filled along there to eliminate that potential for a dry spot, so that should be a green slope there. We've lowered the green a little bit as well so that it relates better to the wetland, and you won't be having big shots that just kick off into the hazard that just miss the green slightly. So it's a new green complex for sure. There's a bunker back right that I think is going to add a lot in terms of the strategy as well. Definitely want to come in from the left side of this fairway. Improved playability, that's the new theme on hole number 6. We've widened the second shot landing area considerably by removing some vegetation, shifting the cart path, so that if you hit a less than ideal drive, you can still punch the ball up into the neck of the hole. Balls won't kick over into the wetland. We've improved the wetland edge with the SOX installation. It's going to be very beautiful as opposed to the ragged edges that you endured for so many years. Sean, you want to talk a little bit about the strategy and the putting surface itself?
The green complex is very similar to what was there before, with the strong high on the left-hand side that kind of feeds everything back to the right. But what you'll notice is that we've taken out the bunker on the far left-hand side, and that's going to become a extended collar, all low cut, so that you have the ability to hit a variety of shots back on this screen instead of that really difficult bunker shot to a green that ran away, where you're now going to be able to hit bump and run or a putt or a chip or a flop, whatever works best for you. On the front right, you'll notice that we've also added a small little containment bunker, and that's to try to help collect any shots that might be kind of falling away short and right as they are approaching the green. But this is really a really fun green because it's almost a bit of a catcher's mitt in the sense that high on the left kind of feeds everything back to the right, and allows you to kind of get access to that back portion of the green. It's going to be a really fun hole. I think we've improved the playability tremendously, and I think it's going to be a lot more fun for a lot more people.
We're standing on the new forward tee on number 7, par 3. And this is about as pretty as a golf hole gets before it's sprigged. You can see it's polished and smooth. The green's ready to go. We've rolled it and tested it, put our measurement devices on it, rolled basketballs across it, and it's ready to go. Sean, what do you have on this hole?
Well, we're as you can see, this green got a little bit bigger. It had shrunk over the years. We were able to kind of recapture some of the original perimeters, especially up along the left-hand side, the slope as it feeds in from the left-hand side. Cleaned up some of the transitions off the green on the right-hand side into the wall, so everything's nice and smooth and slicked off and ready for grass. One of the things that we've really focused on in this improvement plan, our restoration plan, is to try to recapture some of these, or add some of these forward tees, and we're standing on one of those here, and I think this is going to make the hole a little bit more fun, a little bit more playable for some of the shorter hitters. It's certainly a really nice angle into this green.
Here we are at the 9th hole at Colliers Reserve. This hole is in progress, as you will see. We've added the waste bunker down the right side, which was on the original construction documents, and certainly a strong strategic feature on the hole. We've enjoyed working with both the main contractor, TDI, and the irrigation folks at Leibold. They've done well, continue to work on time and on schedule. We've been making weekly visits to make sure everything is going according to plan.
Look forward to seeing you in the future.